Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the cars come through the Mission banners there, this is the Mission Foods Presents Racing America at Road Atlanta. This is the Gene Felton Memorial Stock Car Race. So cool to have this Gene Felton Stock Car Memorial Race. He is from Alpharetta, Georgia. His wife, Linda Felton, is here. And Gene Felton, just several-time champions in the IMSA Kelly Girl Championship. Vintage stock car champion several times. He was teammates with Paul Gentilozzi at Rocket Sports. Many of you remember he had a pretty severe accident with Paul Newman in Trans Am several years ago. But this is our vintage stock car group, and it is really growing. And this is a really fun group to run with. Any stock cars, there's lots of different classes with this historic stock car racing association with Carlos Gann and his whole crew as they come down. Now, this is quite a few less cars than we were expecting. We had like 23 to 24 cars here this weekend, but the session previous to this, it had started raining. So I think a lot of people just made the decision they don't want to do this in the rain, because a lot of these cars, after we have another fantastic vintage racing group called HSR, they're going to be here for the Midi in about a month. Most of these stock cars get packed up into shipping containers and sent to France to run in the classic Le Mans race over there. And a lot of these drivers are still looking for some help and some funding, like Ryan Gemmell, like Scott Dolphy. So this is going to be 2 pace laps, and as they cross the start-finish line, I'll have a better grid sheet. So I'll wait till they start the cross-finish line, the start-finish line. This has been a really fantastic weekend. The weather turned bad about an hour ago. Not too bad. It just kind of drizzled, but that's kind of taken a lot of our spectators away. As they come down turn 12, James Rogerson leading them through. So front car, who else but front row Joe Nemechek. Yes, that Joe Nemechek in Group 10 SC Pro. Second place in that 22A, the Joey, I was going to say the Joey Logano car, but that's not that car. That's the Ward Burton car, I believe, is Jack Finch. Then in the 9A is Bill Elliott. Yes, so we've got Joe Nemechek and Bill Elliott in this race. Adam Diamond is 4th. Johnny Saferno is 5th. Terry Mathis is 6th in that number 3 Dale Earnhardt car. John Saferno is 7th. 8th is Rodney Reston. 9 is Scott Dolphy. Dolphy's in that Craftsman Truck Series. Brent Bernath is 10th. Brian Norman, 11th. Kenny Bupp is 12th. Kenny Bupp celebrating 89 years this year, and he's out there running that Ford Taurus. My hero. How cool is that? Dan Malloy is 13th. Ray Webb is 14th. John McCormick, 15th. Carlos Gann, 16th. 17th, Victor Corda. Ryan Gemmell happened to start from the back, so watch that number 6 car. Probably, if not the fastest driver out there, one of the fastest drivers. And then we've got Michael Massey. So, again, watch for that number 6 of Ryan Gemmell to move his way up the back. Now, Joe Nemechek is out there in his son's car, John Hunter Nemechek. So how cool is that? Bill Elliott is actually out in the Casey Kane car, and also a car that won at the ARCA Menards in New Jersey a few years ago. But Bill Elliott is not in the Bill Elliott car. Carlos Gann is in the Bill Elliott car. Several years ago at Indy, we had 2 Joe Nemechek cars in the field, but Joe Nemechek wasn't in one of them. So Joe Nemechek was out there racing his old stock cars at Indy. But like I said, this field, this group of these historic stock cars is really going. You can see they put on a fantastic show. There's Kenny Bupp there in that Ford Taurus. Here's Carlos Gann in that Bill Elliott car. I'm really happy. In normal conditions, they might not have done this race because it just rained. But with Gene Felton, I think all of them felt compelled. They've got to come and take the green. The lights are going out. We've got a front row Joe and Jack Finch leading the field down at turn 11. There's the Dale Earnhardt car that would have raced in Japan in that red. But here they go. Mission Foods presented Mission Foods presents Racing America at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. They come down to take the green as Jack Finch looks like he got a little bit better start than Joe Nemechek. They come down to Mission Foods turn 1. Side by side, here they go. Look at this. 2 by 2, Joe Nemechek takes Mission Foods turn 1. There's Terry Mathis and that Dale Earnhardt. Dolphy in the pickup truck as Joe Nemechek comes down. Now these downhill S's. Who wouldn't want to see a NASCAR stock car race here? Now they're in the uphill S's section. Totally changes the feel of the car through the garage living and stack auto lifts. There's Bill Elliott in third. Joe Nemechek out front. Like I said, John Henry Nemechek's car. And there's the Haviland car. Then there's the Dale Earnhardt. The Target car making a little bit of a run. The Terry Labonte car. The Joey Logano. How cool is that? Lots of cool stock cars here from about a 30-year, 40-year time span. So we have Joe Nemechek out front, then Jack Finch, then Adam Diamond. Adam Diamond, here he is in that Haviland. He is in 4th place because Bill Elliott's just ahead of him. Then Mathis in that number 3. And the 8 of John Ciferno coming down into turn 12 towards Mission Foods. That number 8 of John Ciferno was an ex-Alex Bowman car. And we go side by side here into turn 1. Mission Foods, the number 41. Brian Norman takes it, that old Ganassi car of Reed Sorensen, into Mission Foods turn 1. A great pass there. And Mathis was telling me, Terry Mathis in that number 3 Dale Earnhardt car, he said he had the die-cast model of that car for over 20 years. The car came for sale, and he had to pounce on it. So how cool is that? Living the dream out there. And then there's Ryan Gemmel already right behind Mathis there. So Ryan Gemmel up to 7th place. And he's going to be coming up on his friend Joe Nemechek. Not too far away. That turn there, turn 6, is an on-camber turn. It's a little bit banked, and you can go through there with some speed. But then the next turn is off-camber. Turn 7 and 8, I'm sorry. There's Dolphy coming through the field. Bill Elliott still looking good out there in that Casey Kane car. Bill Elliott had lots of firsts with us just a few weeks ago at Sebring. But now Gemmel, that's going to be the car to watch, going from basically 20th position up to 7th. So come under the Fox Factory Bridge, down into the Mission Foods section of the track. And Mathis with Ciferno right behind him. Rodney Reston. Rodney Reston behind these two. Ciferno overtakes Mathis into Mission Foods. Turn 1, good overtake there, but now he's got Rodney Reston right behind him as they come up over the hill, a blind turn into the Tizer section. This hard right, and man, those are some really big speed bumps, driver's right. If you can put all the load on the left wheels, it's not so bad, but if you're going too slow, that can be really rough, really upset the equipment. There's Rodney Reston in that number 15 car. James Davison car, but also Danica Patrick and Kurt Busch both have history in that car. I was telling you earlier today. And then there's Dolphy. Dolphy has taken that truck over to Le Mans. He's looking for some help and from some sponsors. So who can help him out? It'd be great to have Dolphy over there. Dolphy, a professional football player. Played here in the NFL, also played in Canada. Longtime competitor and just having a ton of fun with the stock car, historic stock car series. I love the Terry Labonte car, the Kellogg's car, but there's Dolphy looking for some help to bring that over to France right after, like I said, the Midi. They're loading those things up, and we won't see them for a couple of months because they get into a container, go to France, and then they do the historic. I think they're going to be put in a museum for a couple days and then shipped back here. So So Nemechek out front, but I'm sure somebody's telling him, watch out, because your protege, Ryan Gemmel's coming up fast. If you know anything about Joe, he's having a lot of fun with this historic stock car stuff, but he's still super competitive. Jack Finch still right behind him in that Ward Burton car. We had Ward Burton with us a few years ago running in VIR. It's great to have Ward and Jeb out there with us. Then you've got Bill Elliott driving a Casey Kane car. Then you've got Diamond in the Juan Pablo Montoya car. That's Adam Diamond. Now Ryan Gemmel's got his work cut out for him. Now this is the kind of the sharper end of the spear, if it were. But just up from the road, Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Let's see if they're going to be ringing any bells in Dawsonville today. Just about an hour up the road, so he likes to come race here at Road Atlanta. And I was asking him and Joe this weekend, they crossed paths in NASCAR for about 7 or 8 years, give or take. So they raced head-to-head against each other. You can see Gemmel trying to get around, but he realizes that they're in their own battle here with that number 41 of Ciferno. Ryan Gemmel is in the pro class, obviously, with Joe Nemechek and Bill Elliott. But he's got to get around, and he picked a terrible time on these cars to try to get around, because it's basically you can only run a train or you're making a very brave move through these uphill and downhills. That car there, the 11 car, that was a William Byron car driven by Johnny Ciferno, a 2021 ex-William Byron car. Gemmel now is having a rough go trying to get around. Gemmel in that X-Xfinity car. When I was interviewing him or talking to him before the race, he was actually underneath the car fixing something. He didn't seem too happy about this. Let's see if he can get around that number 41 ex-Reed Sorensen car, that 2006 Dodge Charger, ex-Chip Ganassi car, and then he's got another battle right in front of them with the Cifernos. There's Carlos Gain. There we go. Trying to get around that Reed Sorensen Ganassi Target car. There's our leader, then Jack Finch. Now we're coming up to some lap traffic here. So Bill Elliott just passed the Bill Elliott car driven by Carlos Gann. Bill Elliott again in that Casey Kane car. Gemmel making a move of it. Can he make it a twofer? He cannot. Diamond holds him back, and then he's got the Cifernos. He's in a Ciferno sandwich right now as Gemmel. As they come up the Mission Food section, Carlos Gann giving them a pass. We appreciate that, Carlos. Carlos Gann and Jim Barfield just up the road. They run the Vintage Race Car Restoration out of Lafayette, Georgia. They've restored many of these cars, as has Joe Nemechek. So there's Bill Elliott, then Diamond, and the Juan Pablo Montoya car. Adam Diamond. And that 41 is Brian Norman. Ooh, smoking the brakes a little bit. Right behind Gemmel. Now can Gemmel get around Diamond? Because Ciferno has gotten around Norman. Here we go into 10A, 10B. So we've got Ciferno, Diamond. Gemmel's running it risky. We had to get hard onto the binders, and that's really going to cost him now. He's going to have to try to carry some speed down into 12 as they come into Mission Foods turn 1. That's a tall order. Anytime you have to get that hard on the brakes, you're going to lose a ton of momentum. And these over 3,000-pound cars, it's hard to get them moving again. You want to try to drive these 3,000-pound stock cars like you would a Miata and keep up that momentum, and that's hard to do. And you have to be that hard on the brakes. There's Finch, currently in second place. Man, how cool would that be to be in a sandwich between Joe Nemechek and Bill Elliott while you're driving a car with such cool history with Ward Burton behind the wheel. And then you, right now as it stands, you'd be on the podium between, with Joe Nemechek and Bill Elliott. Now Ciferno actually trying to give Bill Elliott a run for his money as Gemmel gets around Diamond in that Juan Pablo Montoya car. But I don't know, do we have enough time left on the clock? European 720. Can Gemmel get up there to front row Joe Nemechek and give him a battle? Finch. Bill Elliott, Ciferno, Ryan Gemmel, and then we've got a battle into 10A, 10B. Camera operators are picking it up perfectly here. Let's see, still the Ganassi car, the 41, still out front. Brian Norman over Adam Diamond. You see them using every bit of the pavement. Now Bill Elliott coming up on some lap traffic here. There's Diamond in that Juan Pablo Montoya car. Diamond came in a different car, Red Baron Pizza car this weekend, but they had some problems with that, loaded that up in the trailer, and they brought him that car. It's pretty nice, but here we go. Uh-oh, Gemmel up against the next SC Pro, which is Bill Elliott. Can Ryan Gemmel get around? Now, this is a fairly new 2009 Toyota Camry that would run in the Xfinity, now the O'Reilly Series. Bill Elliott out here just trying to, he said, kind of shake off the cobwebs. He's doing that IROC race here at the Heritage here in a little bit. So he's out here just to get some seat time and some laps. Last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, he was with us at Sebring in an ex-Chase Elliott car. Now he's out here in a Casey Kane car. Gemmel still behind Elliott. And in that Ganassi car. Through. Drop back behind Diamond now. Some great pack racing here as they come through, and I'm not seeing Ryan Gemmel able to make a big gap on Bill Elliott. I think Bill Elliott, somebody must have told him, Jim Barfield must have told him, hey, you've got a racer behind you. And now Bill Elliott's going to see if he can make himself difficult to pass. Here we go. There's Finch. Okay, Gemmel around Bill Elliott. Oh, Gemmel bounces it over there. That's the side of the car I met him under today when I was trying to get some information. But Gemmel, very fast driver, around Bill Elliott safely. There's Bill Elliott just behind in that Casey Kane car. There's Bill Elliott, awesome Bill from Dawsonville. And then Norman in that Ganassi Target car. I'm glad to see Dodge slowly making its way back into the NASCAR series. I'm sure the Mopar fans out there agree with that. So there's Finch. Finch second place overall behind Joe Nemechek. Joe Nemechek leading the SC Pro, then Gemmel, and then Bill Elliott. So there's Gemmel now trying to make a run on Finch. Joe Nemechek just crossing the start-finish line. Then there's Finch. The white flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, the white flag is out here. Can Gemmel get around Finch? They're coming up on lap traffic right at the wrong time. Going to be one way through, but I'm sure Carlos Gann sees him. He's trying to get over. He doesn't know which way to go. Carlos Gann able to get over, but now we've got Finch with Gemmel, and I'm sure Joe Nemechek is hearing that Gemmel's right behind, trying to make a run at it. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough to be able to get to front row Joe. Trying to get around Jack Finch. He's got to do it here between 6 and 7. Through the garage living section. Finch looks like he's got a lot of power. That Mopar torque. That Ward Burton car. Ryan Gemmel sliding it out of there a little bit, just trying to get that car to rotate as we see Joe Nemechek, then Jack Finch, then Ryan Gemmel, then Bill Elliott, then Brian Norman, Adam Diamond, Johnny Ciferno, and then John Ciferno. This is your last chance, Gemmel. He's going around the hard way. They're going to go side by side here, and Joe Nemechek is slowing down. Look at this, Ryan Gemmel coming up around his mentor, Joe Nemechek, right in front. Let's see, Ryan Gemmel, he just isn't going to be able to make it, but second place from last place. Second place, Ryan Gemmel, unbelievable. There's Joe Nemechek with the thumbs up. Here comes Bill Elliott, fourth place overall. Great run there with Diamond. And there's Ciferno, Johnny Ciferno, and John Ciferno should be behind as they come through that Sunoco checkered flag here at the Mission Foods Presents Racing America at Road Atlanta. As they come down that hill, look straight down. It is quite treacherous. Here they come. Here comes Rodney Reston. Great battle there. Then Mathis with the Dale Earnhardt car. Then Carlos Gann and the Bill Elliott car. At number 60. Victor Corda in a 2009 Ford Mustang. Xfinity car from Carl Edwards. Then there's Dolphy in that ex-John Hunter Nemechek car. Kenny Buck, that Tide Ford Taurus, and then Terry Labonte in that Kellogg's car. That Kellogg's car looks just as it did back in the day. Absolutely beautiful. Joey Logano car coming through. That's an ex-Penske car. That's Ray Webb. There's Bernath coming through. And then John McCormick in that STP car. Marcos Ambrose. Love seeing him out here with us with Cobra Automotive. And here they come into Victory Circle. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Frank Markham called me vintage stock car racer a couple years ago because he was so excited to be on the podium at the Midi with Bill Elliott. And now Frank Markham has been texting me about this trophy for this Gene Felton Memorial that he's been putting together. Linda Felton is going to be here at Winner's Circle. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to go down and join Frank Markham. And then with SVRA, Eric Whitnable, who will host the Winner's Circle as they're bringing them in. And there you see it, Joe Nemechek, front row Joe Nemechek out front with Ryan Gemmel coming from the back to second. Jack Finch, great job, Jack Finch in that Ward Burton car. Bill Elliott, fourth in that Casey Kane car. Then Brian Norman, fifth. Adam Diamond, sixth. Johnny Ciferno, seventh. John Ciferno, eighth. Rodney Reston, what a great name for a stock car driver, ninth. Terry Mathis in that Dale Earnhardt number 3 from the Japan days. Scott Dolphy in 11th. Kenny Buck, 12th. Dan Malloy, 13th. Brent Bernath, 14th. Raymond Webb, 15th. John McCormick, 16th. 17th is Victor Corda. 18th is Michael Massey. And then 19th, the guy that helps put all this together for the Historic Stock Car Racing Association, is Carlos Gann in that beautifully prepared Bill Elliott car. And this is great racing in this Historic Stock Car Racing Association. But it's also a car show, and the memories and the people that walk by. And they're telling Carlos Gann, as he's standing next to Bill Elliott, how much fun it was to watch Bill Elliott race in this car. And I saw Bill Elliott say thank you, and they had no idea they were talking to Bill Elliott as he's there in his race suit with McDonald's on it, with Bill Elliott as the name tag. But I think nobody's expecting Bill Elliott to be around the Bill Elliott car. But that's what you get when you come to some of these SVRA races with Racing America. They're going to be out at Sonoma with us next, a huge contingency of our stock cars. And then another large contingency of some of these cars you see here are going out to Le Mans. So please reach out to Joe Nemechek because they're looking for some more support to have such a great time. We're going to throw to a break, and hopefully we'll come back for this Gene Felton Memorial Trophy presentation with Frank Markham and Eric Whitnable.
Born on America's greatest racetracks, developed in the Top Liner Lab, tested where it matters most. At every turn, every lap, every win. A protective coating engineered under extreme conditions, applied with precision, designed to last. For high-speed laps and for the people who keep America moving. Top Liner. Dealer opportunities nationwide. Inquire for your area at topliner.com.
Okay, so pretend this is your race car. It's on the trailer, and you have an accident. Ouch! At least your truck's insurance will pay for another one? Yeah, not so fast. Standard insurance won't replace your race car, whether it's in the trailer, in the paddock, in the garage, or the repair shop. But at Haggerty, we can protect it for what it's really worth anytime it's off the track. No matter what or where you race, offer less than a set of race tires. Haggerty, let's drive together.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm jealous. I'm looking out my window at all my friends from the Stock Car Group, the Historic Stock Car Racing Association. Carlos Gann and his group coming up to celebrate the Gene Felton Memorial Trophy. How cool is that? Eric Whitnable's going to start the podium at any time. If we start hearing him talking, I'm going to be quiet so we can hear this podium celebration. And I'm going to go down there and just watch and film with my phone because I'm so excited to see what happens here with this trophy. Eric Whitnable's going to be hosting, and I'm going to step out now because I hear him.
And we're grateful that you're here supporting everyone. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each one of the classes first, and we might as well start with the pro group with Ryan Gamel. Oh, here we go. Got to get on the live stream. Are we ready to go on the live stream? All right. So all of you better make sure your suits are looking good because we're on the live stream right now. And I've got the Lanier folks ready to go here. Okay, got a little switch there right at the end. So let's bring up our first pro stock car driver. You've heard him before. It's Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Bill Elliott, get up here, sir. We're going to put you P3, looks like, right? Somebody got you at the end. Get up here, Bill. Come on. And our gentlemen here, just go ahead and head up there. They're going to present the trophies to you and the certificates. Joining Bill in second place, Ryan Gamel. Come on up, Ryan. Ryan, we're going to put you down there. Your folks have your nice trophies there. And Joe Nemechek, P1 in Stock Car Pro. Come on up. We're going to get some photos here as well. Bill, it's not surprising that you're up here again, and some words you'd like to share.
Well, these guys do a heck of a job. We have such a good time doing this, and it's like, you get out there, and Joe got a good lead on us, and it's like I didn't have nothing for him or the 22 or Ryan, so I just kind of rode around and had a good time. That's all I care about, man.
That's what we do around here. We go fast and have fun.
Turn left, right, whatever it takes.
All right, Bill, let's go over here to Ryan and see what he was having fun with out there. Did you have anything for Joe today?
No, I didn't have anything for Joe, but I definitely had my work cut out for me throughout the field, that's for sure. Had a lot of fun starting in the back, and there's some really good race car drivers here. So I had a ton of fun. Everybody did an awesome job adapting to the conditions. It started to get a little bit slippery there towards the end. But no, it was awesome. I can't thank everybody at SVRA Trans Am enough. Mr. Nemechek for everything he's done for me. The people that helped me get to the racetrack, all of our crew, everyone that helps out. So it doesn't happen without them. So, yep.
Excellent. Thanks, Ryan. And we're going to jump over here to Joe. We do have the trophy here, the Gene Memorial Trophy. We'll get to that in a little bit. I'm not sure your name might be going on it later, but we'll talk about that. This is your pro group. Tell us just a few moments about the pro drivers that are out there with you.
This is pretty cool. Got Bill Elliott. Got Kenny Bump, 89 years old. He was up here on the podium with us yesterday. It's incredible. I hope I can do that when I'm 15, 20 years younger than you, sir. Incredible. But great group of guys out here in this stock car group. This division is growing and growing. Racing with Bill. He's got way more experience than me. And then we have the new guy, Ryan, coming up, which is he's doing an incredible job. He just needs a break out there and get in some cars. But great group of drivers. Can't thank everybody enough for coming out and supporting this. And, we work on a lot of these cars, and we keep making them go faster and faster. And we keep trying to help improve the drivers to make them better race car drivers. And that's what it's all about. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Joe. All right, let's hear it again for our Stock Car Pro, Ryan Gamel, Bill Elliott, and Joe Nemechek. All right, thank you, gentlemen. Exit stage left. We're going to jump to our Group A, Stock Car A. We've got Rodney Reston. Come on up, Rodney. Rodney's here, P3.
Let's let our Lanier guys come up with us. There we go. We got some other folks here. Brian, they'll get you. All right, and joining Ryan is John. Oh, Ciferno. Come on, John. John and Johnny Ciferno up here again. We'll get you up down there, and we'll talk over here first to Rodney. Rodney, this is Stock Car A, so Carlos decides all this, right? Stock Car A's. Do you know why they call them Stock Car A's?
I do. The Stock Car A group is 2007 newer. In my case, as well as the privilege that I have to stand on the podium with the father-son duo, we're all in Gen 6 Camaros prepared by Nemechek Motorsports. It's a testament to their work by having this podium dominated by Nemechek Motorsports. And I want to say thank you to the fans for sticking around through the rain. It had some challenging conditions, so I hope we put on a good show for you and everyone enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rodney. All right, Rodney Reston. We'll jump over here to Johnny. Is this John? This is John. This is senior, so we got a family going on right here. John Ciferno, tell us a little bit about your race.
Oh, it was great. Joe just really set the cars up great, and their whole team is amazing.
We got to do both.
Yeah. So I just want to thank Joe and his whole team for setting the car up and coaching us in the right direction, and this is where we end up. Still worked really hard to get close to Johnny, and I wasn't even close today, so maybe next time.
So if you didn't hear that, this is Johnny, who is the son of John Ciferno. So that's a great family relationship here, and you beat him. How's that feel?
Oh, it's unbelievable, especially coming into this race. We weren't sure what the weather was going to do, and these cars are a handful when it's dry, let alone with rain. But Rodney and my dad said the best. Great group of guys we run with, especially in the Nemechek camp, and truly honored to run with these guys, and couldn't ask for a better group of people to be around all weekend, so it was incredible.
Well done, John and Johnny. And Rodney over here, let's hear it for them. Rodney Riston, John Ciferno, and Johnny Ciferno. That's our Stock Car Group A. All right, thank you, gentlemen. Try to re-swizzle my microphones here a little bit. All right, we're going to try to go with our Group B, Stock Car B. Terry Mathis, come on up, Terry. Terry Mathis. I'm going to try to give myself a little bit more. Let's go there. That might help us a little bit. How about that? A little bit better? All right, we got somebody else coming here. He already knows. It's Adam Diamond and Brian Norman. Come on up. Adam. All right, I'm going to jump over here and talk with Terry real quick. Terry is third overall in Group B. Group B, there we go. Tell us a little bit about do you know the B stock cars?
I do know the B's. It's 96 through 2006. So
all right.
Hope we're all in it.
How was your race out there? A little tricky, kind of different conditions, and toward the end, it's getting a little tricky.
Just got cautious. Made sure we brought it back in one piece. Just glad we got through with it. Sure did.
Absolutely. All right, well done. We're going to jump over here to our second place, Adam Diamond. Adam, good to see you back on the podium. You were here earlier in the weekend, but good to see you representing Group B.
Yeah, happy to be here. So just big thanks to Greg Sarf and his whole team, all my family and friends that came out throughout the weekend, KC Painting and Coatings for their support. Great weekend, fantastic run group, great drivers, competitive but respectful. So congratulations, Brian. Terry, congratulations. It's been great racing with y'all this weekend, and look forward to the next one.
Yes, and we'll talk to Brian real quick, because Brian's been racing a couple different cars this weekend, getting lots of laps out there. How is it racing in your stock car compared to that Porsche earlier this weekend?
Is a lot different, a lot different. I want to thank everybody that came out to help me. Ashley Deacle, my crew chief, Bruce, his dad, my whole family. Most of all, thanks to y'all for putting this on and letting us run. It was fun. I had a little mechanical issue yesterday, so I had to start 15th, but it's fun getting up. Yep. Yeah, so we had a good time. Yep. All
right. Thank you very much. Again, let's hear it one more time. Our Group B, Terry Mathis, Adam Diamond, and Brian Norman, Stock Car B. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll get the mic cord out of the way. We're going to now bring up, we'll let those next group goers. Let's bring up Scott Dolphy, Carlos Gann, and Jack Finch, each representing the trucks. Group C for Carlos and Group D for Jack. We'll make sure we check this out. But I got Scott. Come over here, Scott. We'll get everybody going. You're the sole truck out there. How is that thing different than some of these other cars?
everybody's afraid of me. Nobody wants to get in a truck. They brought trucks, but I think they're just afraid to get in a truck and race me.
Wait a minute. That sounds like a challenge. Does that sound like a challenge? He's trying to get some other trucks out there. But good to have you here representing the trucks. Maybe they're a little rough, a little more rough out there on Saturdays, too.
Yeah, I tell you what. First of all, thanks to Joe Nemechek. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. So he's really prepared a great truck for me. And then within our tent, of all the guys that race, Rodney, and, thanks to everybody that puts us on. And, shout out to Carlos for keeping everything organized. And the main shout out is to my wife who couldn't make it, but thank you very much. So
thank you, Scott. We're going to put you at the top of the step up there. We got some folks from Lanier for your trophies. I want to talk to Jack real quick. Come here, Jack, representing again the D cars. Do you know why it's D? What's D?
Well, Carlos says it doesn't fit a template, but he's never put a template on it. So, but the body, he doesn't like the body.
He doesn't like the body. Well, I'll ask him about that when I bring him up in a second. But, Jack, anybody you like to thank for being here?
Yeah, I want to thank Aaron and Harry for a great weekend. We had a great weekend this weekend, and a great weekend at Sebring with SVRA as well a couple weeks ago. So thanks a lot, SVRA.
Super fast, Jack Finch. He's up there, August representing Group D. And then, Carlos, get up here, too. Jack, go ahead and grab up there some time with your folks with Lanier. And, Carlos, a lot of this memorial has your name on it and your attention to it. I know you took over the shop from Gene. And tell us a little bit about your relationship there and this memorial that we're here about.
Now, to me, vintage stock car racing is Gene Felton. Gene sold me a stock car in 2001. I came down here and run the meeting. I didn't kill myself, but, I was scared to death in the thing. And so he was a good mentor. He built the group up, worked at it really hard, and only finally Father Time is what slowed him down. And then these great bunch of guys that picked up the mantle that he started, and with your help, the guys at SVRA is great. My crew chief, Jim Barfield, Richard Melatine, J.P. Edwards, that's my crew. The hard work they do makes this happen, but it's basically the fellowship of these guys that put forth the effort to get these cars out here. And even everybody came out to run this afternoon in the rain to honor Gene. His beautiful wife, Linda, is here, and she's very supportive of the group. And Lanier Tech, all our benefits and stuff and accolades go to them because that is our future.
Absolutely. Carlos, well said. I'm going to put you up P1 up there as well with your Lanier folks. I'm sure they've got your trophies. I'm going to get out of the way. Let's hear it again. Jack Finch, Carlos Gann, and Scott Dolphy. There we go. The weather is affecting the microphone just a little bit. All right, we're going to now bring up our P1s from each one of those groups again. Let's bring up Johnny Ciferno, Brian Norman, Carlos. Don't go too far, Carlos, Jack, and Scott. We want to come up here for the special award, just the photos for P1s. Make sure everybody's got, there may be some extra awards that are coming your way. I want to just make sure. We're just going to make this a photo op. We've already talked to all these folks. These are all the P1s of all the stock cars. Joe, get up here again. I'm sorry, we're going to do Joe in just a second. Hang on, Joe. We'll do Joe in just a second. Thank you, Brian, for coming up. All right, I think we've got everybody ready for that photo. All right, look good. It's looking good. The Gene Felton Memorial Challenge. This is all our P1s. Well done, everybody. And Jack, I want you to stay up there while everybody else leaves stage left, and I want to bring Joe up here as well. Joe, come on up. And at some point, I want you to put your hands on this trophy right here, because you guys have been selected as the Gene Felton Memorial Challenge winners. Jack for the amateur group, and Joe for the overall. I just want you to just have a moment there. We did, I think Carlos said it very well. But, Jack, I give you the mic to just chat a little bit about Gene and his relationship to you and the racing world.
Oh, about 30 years ago, I bought a car from Gene, and we raced it for a number of years and sold it. And I don't know where it is now, but anyway, Gene was a great guy and a fabulous racer. He taught me something. He said, slow in and fast off will get you to the front.
There you go. I think he lives that today. And Joe, your thoughts again on Gene and just his influence in vintage stock car racing.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to know Gene. I've worked on a number of his cars. I got to know his lovely wife. But it's just incredible what a vision he had back then on starting this class. And we just keep seeing it grow and grow and grow, and it's incredible. And just can't thank them enough, and all the guys, Carlos, a bunch of the guys that kept this thing going, and we're just going to keep making this better and better.
We appreciate that, Joe, and your support to making this happen. That's Joe Nemechek and Jack Finch, our overall winners, here again for the Gene Felton Memorial Challenge. I want to recognize a couple other folks. Mike Attaway gets the Hard Luck Award. The furthest distance, Victor Cordo. And Kenny Bupp, where's Kenny? He gets the oldest racer. So those trophies are available for up here. We're not going to spend the time up here, but happy to have you here, Kenny, as well. We do have to get the cars out of here for our next drivers coming in from our next group. It's been my pleasure to host this weekend. We're going to take it back up to the booth. Thank you.